Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to all of my irresistible money magnets. I am coming to you real quick from the car on my way to go into the office to work. Get a change of environment, you feel me? Excuse the steering wheel. I don't got the whole hookup where I can just put my thing any old where and be able to talk to y'all. Okay, I know I gotta be brief. So, money talk. So yesterday, maybe the day before, I got a text from my son. Y'all know he in the Navy in Hawaii, B-19 in April, doing his thing and whatnot. So he texted me. He's like, "Mom, what do you think about me moving into an apartment like we talked about?" And my visceral response was, I feel like you need to stack your bread, without giving him any explanation like he's still a kid, because I don't do explaining. That's not what I do, especially not to no kid. If you're not adding, if you don't cut my check, or if you're not getting me something to where I feel like it requires explanation, I'm not explaining nothing. But then I caught myself and I responded back and I said, if you feel like you can move out and get an apartment, I need you to keep in mind that I need you to be realistic. You got rent, you got groceries, you got internet, you got utilities, you got renter's insurance, you know what I mean? All of that on top of the fact that you have this car that you're still paying for, and you got this motorcycle now, right? So I'm like, I feel like you need to stack your bread. If you feel like you can afford all of those things, I feel like you should, again, stack your bread and make double payments on your car note, which I already told him to be doing in the beginning. But even though I have access to the accounts, I'm not, checking them like that. Like, either you doing it or you ain't. I can only lead you to water. I can't make you drink. You feel me? He was like, you know what, Mom, you're right. And I was like, what happened to you trying to be like me and you buying your house while you're 19? He was like, you're right. I was like, right. Stay focused. Stick to the plan. You feel me? Because honestly, if you can pay rent just about anywhere, you can buy a house. And what I mean by that is if you pay regular rent anywhere, you can buy a house in that same area. Let me tell you why. Will you have to dumb down your ideas and goals of what you want your house to be like? Yeah, be realistic. It's going to be a starter home. So it's not going to be amazing off top, but it'll be yours. And guess what? After a year or two, when you build equity, you can remodel that thing and make it the way you want. Or you can rent it out and buy another house and then start playing Monopoly out in this thing. You know what I mean? Have you a couple rental properties, because let's be clear right now, for us, that's the way to go. The other thing I want to point out and I want to say is that when your kids turn 18, I'm not saying you be in a rush to get them out the house, but try not to be in such a rush to get them out the house. Have them get a job, teach them responsibilities, and not only that, help them stack their bread. And if at some point they be like, oh, I'm grown, I want to move out, say, okay, I dig that, but these are all of the things you're going to have to pay. If you really want to do that, how about you pay me a little rent? And at first they probably going to push back and be like, why would I pay you rent when I could pay somewhere else and be free and do all that shit? You just going to run a stop sign? Asshole. Yeah, I got road rage. But anyway, have them pay you a little something. Like, sit down and have a conversation with them and let them know what it's really going to be like out there. Have them give you a little something. But guess what? This is the gag. After about a year or 6 months, when they be like, you know what, I think I'm ready. All that money they gave you, like, realistically, try to be in a position to give it back to them so that they have some type of footing to start on. And honestly, I really feel like you should try to convince them to stay until they can buy their own house. Because what I've noticed with other cultures, some people in our culture do this, but in other cultures, they will all live in a house together, doing their own thing, getting them going to work, stacking their bread until they're able to move out and buy another house. Right now, there's another minority culture that lives 2 doors down and across the street from me, right? They just bought a house. I promise you, it's no less than 5 people living in this house. All of them grown adults, all of them get them going to work every day, but they all stacking their bread. They all got dope, raw ass cars. They all stay fresh to death, and I guarantee they all got set money saved. You know what I mean? Like, if we since we don't have what's I'm looking for? Most of us don't come out of the house with a lot saved up, right? So why not help the next generation save up so that when they do step out into the world, whether they buy something or they just step out, let them step out to where like they ain't having to piecemeal their house room by room because they don't have the money to like furnish their stuff, or they gotta go to Aaron's or RC Willie's or Renter Center to rent furniture. You know what I'm saying? Like, set them up in a way to where when they do step out, they step out with something, and you giving them more than just a box as a care package with some pots and pans in it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, set them up for success so that they're not having to struggle the way we struggle. And I know, like, I dealt with this for a long time too. I would be on some like, did nobody help me? What I look like? But then it was like, why? I'm in a position to help, so why not help? You get what I'm saying? So I had to change my mind frame. But I actually changed my mind frame before my kids, or before Jalen was leaving the house. You know what I mean? Like, everything I had, I made sure Jalen, my son, had and more. But then I was like, not only that, I'm also, besides all of the materialistic stuff I'm giving him, I want to make sure I'm giving him the game so that he knows how to be successful out here. Not only that, like, I have people from the outside looking at him and be like, you did all right with him, he gonna be fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he has sense. Sometimes he act like he don't have sense, but he got sense. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say, I'm not shooting shots at nobody. I'm not coming for nobody. But this is just me, in my opinion, right? I see y'all still like doing gender reveals and these amazing ass baby showers for these kids, and doing these amazing ass birthday parties for these toddlers. And there's nothing wrong with that. Go all out, ball all out. But there's a few things I want to ask you and want you to be mindful of. One, most kids don't remember their birthdays until they're like 4 years old. So all this extra stuff that you're doing, you know you're doing it for yourself and to have like to show out and to entertain other people. And if you don't have a problem with that, that's fine. But guess what? If you spending $3,000 and $4,000 and $5,000 for a gender reveal and a baby shower and a birthday party, each separate event, I want to know, do you have that much money saved up in the account or put to the side, or at least half of that amount put to the account, put in an account for said child? For example, you throw a gender reveal party, you spend, let's say, $2,000. Do you already have $2,000 in a savings account for that child? If your answer is no, you shouldn't be having that party, and that's my opinion. And if you feel a way about it, feel free to respond. If you are having a birthday party for a child, and this is any child, I don't care how old they is, they can be turning 16 and it's their grand sweet 16 party and you finna blow 10 bands on them. Okay, that's fine. But do you have 10 bands in a savings account, or let's say 5, set to the side for that child? And I'm not even talking about in a college fund or nothing. I mean in a savings account for that kid, so when they do leave your house, you have an envelope for them. If the answer is no, you should not be doing that. And that's just facts on facts. That's really all I wanted to say this morning. The other thing that I need to let y'all know, busy season starts next week, so I can't guarantee that I'm gonna pop up on here every week and talk money with y'all. I will try. I'll give it a good old college try, but I can't guarantee it. As I always say, be good or be good at it. I truly hope you got something from this, because I feel like my points were, one, try to allow your kids, even after they turn 18, to stay in the house and stack their bread. And if at any point they feel like they want to leave, have a conversation with them and see why. Like, don't stifle them. By no means stifle them. However, talk to them so they are realistic about things. Try to help them to avoid accumulating debt. You know what I mean? Like I had the conversation with Jalen. If you can do all that, I need you to make double or triple payments on that car note. How about that? And money on your children on certain things. I need you to keep in mind, what do you have saved up in an account for them? And I'm not talking about their college account. I'm talking about just in a savings account for them. Because every time, let's say every year you throwing a party for them, and that's $3,000. You should have $1,500 in an account, at least $1,500 in an account, matching, you know what I mean, correlating with what you're doing for this party. So $3,000 for 3 years in a row. It's $9,000 all day, right? So you should have at least $4,500 in an account saved for them. That's exactly half. 15 times 3, 45 all day. Yeah, keep that in mind. I love y'all like a fat girl love cake. I just realized that might be a little bit insensitive. Okay, so I like y'all like skinny girls love stilettos, whatever. I don't mean no harm. Be good or be good at it. And one last thing, check on your strong friends, because they are 9 times out of 10 the least likely to reach out and say they need help. And be nice, be kind. Like, this quarantine and every day being different and the stuff we see on the news, like, it takes a toll on a person's mental health and stability. So reach out, be nice, be kind. Always keep your money in mind, and I will see y'all the next time we do a money talk.